Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings from the Most High be on you, with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and showing you His light. First and foremost, brothers and sisters, your brother would like to apologize because I've been what you call self cleansing myself. You get me? So in the morning time, man, that's when it really, you know. So if I'm not able to do this by 8:10, I don't do it. Being honest with you, not 8:10, 8:09. If I can't do this by 8:09, I don't do it because I go from 8 to 9. You get what I'm saying? So if I can't do it by that time, just reading, I don't. All right. May the Most High bless us, guide us, strengthen us, and give us His understanding and His discernment in what I read. If you're not familiar with what we're reading of the patriarchs. I'm on the fourth son, Jacob and Leah, and that is Judah. So right now, brothers and sisters, we'll be reading from Judah. Brothers and sisters, I got my brothers and my TikTok family, Facebook family, and my YouTube family. You know what I'm saying? So y'all bear witness with a comrade. You know what I mean? Already. May the Most High give us discernment. The copy of the words of Judah, what things he spoke to his sons before he died. They gathered themselves together, therefore, and came to him. And he said to them, listen, my children, for your father Judah, I was the fourth son born to my father Jacob, and my mother Leah named me Judah, saying, I give thanks to the Lord, because he has given me a fourth son. Also, I was swift in my youth and obedient to my father in everything, and I honored my mother and my mother's sister. And it came to pass when I became a man that my father blessed me, saying, you will be a king, prospering, proposing in all things, prospering in all things. Excuse me. And the Lord showed me favor in all my works, both in the field and in the house. I know that I raced a doe and caught it, and prepared the meat for my father, and he ate. And I used to master the roes in the chest and overtake all that were in the plains. I overtook a wild mare and caught it and tamed it. I slew a lion and plucked a kid out of his mouth. I took a bear. When he say he took a kid, he ain't talking about what y'all refer to children. He talking about what a kid is, a goat. All right. Let me give y'all a little understanding, because I know some of y'all, y'all think a kid is a child, but it ain't. It's a goat. So the Most High don't respect what you call a goat. I took a bear by its paw and hurled it down the cliff, and it was crushed. A bear. We're gonna get back to this, all right? Because I told y'all this is the land of Sham over here. And from my understanding, I did a lot of reading and a lot of researches about the animals in Africa. If anybody could tell me, is there a bear native to the land of Ham? If anybody could tell me if there's a bear that's native to the land of Ham. By its paw and hurled it down the cliff, and it was crushed. I outran the wild boar and seizing it and seizing it as I ran. I tore it apart. A leopard and a herber leaped on my dog, and I caught it by the tail and hurled it on the rocks, and it was broken in half. I found a wild ox feeding in the fields, and seizing it by the horns, and whirling it around and stunning it, and I cast it from myself and slew it. So Judah telling you he got powers, man. Judah telling you he got some powers, man. Judah let you know, man, I got some powers, man. Straight up. I'm throwing things around. I'm slinging this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Judah letting us know he got powers. And when the two kings of the Canaanites came shithering their arm and armor against our flocks, and many people with them, I rushed on the king of Hazar, and singularly handedly I struck him on the grievous and dragged him down, and so I slew him. And the other, the king of Tapaka, and he sat on his horse. I slew him, and so scattered all his people. Hmm. Akar, Akar, the king, a man of a giant stature, I found hurling javelins before and behind as he sat on horseback, and I took up a stone of 60 pounds weight and hurled it and struck his horse and killed it. And I fought with this other for 2 hours, and I cleaved his shield in half, and I chopped off his feet and killed him. And as I saw stripping off his breastplate, behold, 9 men, his companions, began to fight with me, and I wounded my garment on my hand, and I slung stones at them and killed 4 of them, and the rest fled. And my father Jacob slew Bel- Bela, Be, Belithazar, king of all kings, and a giant in strength, 12 cubits high, and fear fell on all them that they ceased warring against us. Therefore my father was free from anxiety and the wars when I was my brothers, as I was with my brothers, for he saw in a vision concerning me that a messenger of might followed me everywhere, that I should not be overcome. Oh, praises be to the Most High. So, with that being said, it let you know Belisha king, he stood 12 cubic high. See, this is the time of the giants, brothers and sisters. See, they don't tell you that Jacob fought these giants in the Gentiles Bible. Straight up. They don't tell you Jacob fought these giants, because if they told you Jacob fought these giants, you could put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know about Enoch, Enoch told you about the giants and he told you where they come from. These are the seeds of the fallen ones. So they hated me and you, the children of righteousness, because we found favor in the Most High. You get what I'm saying? So due to that fact, they had a problem with us and they caused war against us. You get what I'm saying? Straight up. And it wasn't just any kind of war. You know what I mean? You hear what he said. These dudes was tall. These were some big dudes. You know what I'm saying? So, all praise be to the Most High. The Most High give a man the strength and the ability to overcome all things that you might think you can't at the end of the day. All right. All right. You get what I'm saying? But my TikTok family, y'all, 10 minutes is up. Peace and blessings. Y'all know y'all can go check your brother out on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? General Guy 80. May the peace and blessings of the Most High be with you, guide you, and strengthen you. And may you have discernment on the things that the Most High share with us. Peace and blessings. Now, everybody else, I just need y'all to give me some patience of your time while I discard this, take care of my little business right here with this right here, real quick. To the Most High. All praise be to the Most High, brothers and sisters. All praises be to the Most High, brothers and sisters. All praise be to the Most High who wake us up, bring us out of ignorance, who bring us from darkness into. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for your patience. All praise be to the Most High. The Most High love the patient. Straight up. If you didn't know, you know that. Know that. He loved the patient. And in the south there came on us a greater war than that of Shechem. And I joined the battle area with my brothers and pursued 1,000 men and slew of them 200 men and 4 kings. And I went up on the wall and I slew 40 mighty men. And so we captured Hazar and took all the spoil. On the next day we departed to Eriton, a city strong and walled and inconceivable, threatening us with death. But Gad and I approached on the east side of the city, and Reuben and Levi on the west. And they that were on the wall, thinking that we were alone, were drawn down against us. And so my brothers secretly climbed up the wall on both sides by stakes and entered the city while the men did not know it. And we took it with the edge of the sword. And as for those who had taken refuge in the tower, we set fire to the tower and took both it in them. And as we were departing, the men of Tupper set on our spoil and delivering it up to our sons. We fought with them as far as Tapar, and we slew them and buried their city and took all that was in it as spoil. And when I was at the waters of Kazabah, the men of Jobel came against us to battle, and we fought with them and routed them, and we slew their allies from Shilah, and we did not leave them power to come in against us. Listen to what he said. And we did not leave them power to come against us. So they eradicated them so they wouldn't even they couldn't even come back against them again. Straight up. They eradicated them, brothers and sisters, so they couldn't even think about fighting them again. Mm, mm, mm. Deep, deep. Edge of the sword. And for those who take refuge in the tower and Shelah and the mighty men, and we slew them before, and they have gone up to ascent. And when we came to their city, their women rolled stones on us from the brow of the hill in which the city stood. And Simeon and I hid ourselves behind the town and seized on the heights and destroyed this city also. And the next day it was told to us that the king of the city of Gash was coming against us with a mighty host. Therefore, Dan and I pretended we were Amorites and went into their city as if allies. And in the depths of night, our brothers came and we opened the gates to them and we destroyed all the men and their substance and we took all that was theirs for a prey. And we cast down their 3 walls, and we drew near to Thummim, where all the substance of the hostile kings were. Then, being insulted by them, I was therefore angry and rushed against them to do this to do the summit. And they kept slinging stones and darts against me. And my brother Dan not aside aided me. And wait, excuse me. And had my brother Dan not aided me, they would have slain me. We came on them, therefore, with wrath, and they fled, and they all fled. And passing by another way, they implored my father, and he made peace with them. And we did not harm them, and they were tributary to us and we restored their spoil to them. And I built Thama, and my father built Pabo. I was 20 years old when this war occurred, and the Canaanites feared me and my brothers. And I had my cattle and I had Imran the Adolite. Wait, uh, Adumite, and I had, excuse me, brothers and sisters, and I have many cattle, and I had Imran the Adumite for my chief herdsman. And when I went to him, I saw Percival, king of Adum, and he spoke to us, and he made us a feast. And when I was heated, he gave me his daughter, Balthasar, to be my wife. She bore me and Anna and Shelah, and the Lord struck two of them. For Shelah lived, and you are his children. And for 18 years my father abode in peace with his brother Esau and his sons with us, after we have come from Mesopotamia, from Laban. And when 18 years were fulfilled, in the fourth year of my life, Esau, the brother of my father, came on us with a mighty and strong people. And Jacob struck Esau with an arrow, and he was taken up wounded on Mount Seir, and he went and he died at Arnaram, and was pursued after his sons of Esau. Now had a city with walls of iron and gates of brass, and we could not enter into it. And we encamped around and besieged it. And when they did not open to us in 20 days, I set up a ladder in the sight of all, and I went up with my shield on my head, sustaining the assault of stones upwards of my 3 talents weight. And I slew 4 of their mighty men, and Reuben and Gad slew 6 others. Then they asked for terms of peace from us, and having taken counsel with our father, we received them as tributars, and they gave us 400 cores of wheat, 500 bags of oil, 500 measures of wine, into the famine, and we went down into Egypt. Now, if you see what I, if you read, if you see, if you listening to what I'm reading, you'll see that they went around and they was knocking down a lot of different tribes, Canaanite and Esau's children. At the end of the day, they was wiping down Canaanite and Esau's children, straight up Gentiles, Gentiles, the same people y'all let tell y'all who the Most High is. And after these things, my son took Tamar from Mesopotamia, a daughter of Irma, to be his wife. Now was wicked. He talking about his son. Now was wicked, and he was in need of concerning Tamar, because she was not of the land of Canaan. And uh, and on the third night, a messenger of the Lord struck him, and he had not known her according to the evil craftiness of his mother, for he did not wish to have children by her. In those days of the wedding feast, I gave honor to her in marriage, and he also in wickedness did not know her, though he spent a year with her. Now understand, the mama had a problem with her because she wasn't from the land of Canaan. You know, y'all might not understand. Judah messed up because he married a Canaanite woman. Straight up. See, I want y'all to understand that. See, they don't tell you a lot of things, but Judah messed up by marrying a Canaanite woman. He married a Canaanite woman. So, due to the fact that he married a Canaanite woman and he was trying to bless his seeds with the tribe of Israel, his mama had a problem. Just like today, A man can go find him a nice woman, but due to the fact the mama might be single, let's say 9 times out of 10, that's 8 times out of 9, that's what it is. So the mama's single, so she gonna have a problem with your woman, brother, because she's single. Straight up. Because if she had a man and had her own business, she wouldn't be in your business. Especially if she had a man to tell her what you worried about him for. He got a wife. You his mama. You his wife or you his mama. Straight up. Some of y'all act like y'all sons' wife. Being honest with you. Some of y'all act like y'all sons' wife. And I believe that if men acted like y'all women do with y'all sons, I believe that I strongly, and I'm being honest with you, that would look real nasty. Being honest. That wouldn't look right if men act like half of you mamas do with your sons. Straight up. See, and at the end of the day, young brother, don't no woman respect no mama's boy. Let me be honest with you, young brother. Don't no woman respect no man that got the call on his mama. Don't no man, no woman respect on no man that, oh yeah, oh my mama did this to me and I went through this with my mama. Don't no woman respect that, comrade. Straight up. Just to give you a heads up. And after these things, okay, okay, and I gave Anna to her in marriage, and he also in wickedness did not know her. He supposed to have sex with her to make a baby, but he didn't do that. The son didn't either. So when the first son didn't do it, the angel came and put him to sleep. The first son did it, he put him to sleep. He dead. The second son did it, he dead too. Straight up. He dead too. Hmm. And, and when I threatened him, he went in her and he spilled the seed on the ground according to the command of his mother, and he also died through wickedness. And I wished to give Shelah to her also, but his mother did not permit it, for she worked evil against Tamar because she was not of the daughters of Canaan. She also, she also herself, as she also herself. So look, and I wished to give Shelah to her also, but his mother did not permit it, for she worked evil against Tamar, because she was not of the daughters of Canaan, as also herself was. You understand? His wife was a daughter of Canaan, Judah, straight up. That's why the Most High told us don't mess with them Canaanites. Esau and Canaanites. See, like I was telling my brothers and sisters the last night when I was doing a little conversation, you know what I'm saying? That who would mix us up like that? Who would mix us up where you got Canaanite, you know what I'm saying, mixed all up with us right now? We knew back then, they knew that was the tribe of Canaan over there. You can tell who Esau is because you know Esau, y'all pale. So we know who Esau is. So we knew who Esau was. We knew who Canaanite was. You know what I'm saying? So due to the fact we knew who Canaan was and we knew who Esau was, y'all know what the problem was at the end of the day. You get me? What was the problem? We didn't go by the decree that was put on us by the Most High. Don't deal with them people. And I knew that the race of the Canaanites was wicked, but the impulse of youth blinded my mind. And when I saw her pouring out wine, listen to him. He telling you about his wife. I knew that the race of the Canaanites was wicked, but the impulse of youth blinded my mind. And when I saw her pouring out wine, owing to the intoxication of wine, I was deceived and took her, although my father had not counseled it. And while I was away, she went and took a wife for Shelah from Canaan. And when I knew what she had done, I cursed her in the anguish of my soul. And she also died through her wickedness together with her sons. You heard him? Did you hear him? Did you hear him? Let me break it down to y'all one more time. Let me break it down to one more time to y'all, brothers and sisters. He said, I knew that the race of Canaanites was wicked, but the impulse of youth blinded my mind. And when I saw her pouring out wine, owing to the intoxication of wine, so he was intoxicated. He was intoxicated. That's like a lot of you brothers who you know. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it how I see it. That you know you're not confident in yourself. You get me? So a lot of you brothers who's not confident in yourself, you'll let yourself be subjected to anything, straight up. You know, and y'all become very bitter at dudes that don't have to do all the things that you have to do to keep, you know, a woman. Just be honest with you. Just being honest with you. See, y'all got to do a lot. Y'all got to pay. That's the most important thing y'all got to do. Because when the money go, she gone. When you can't provide, she out of there. So if you know you a man and this is a pattern with you, you should ask yourself why. I don't speak on the things I speak on to be, boastful. Nah, man. See, all praise be to the Most High for my mother, my grandmother, my aunties, my cousins, all that, all the women in my family. You get me? Because in their own way, they made me confident in every aspect of Lewis. Straight up, they made me confident. I could walk in a room and you might like look at me like, oh man, why don't you go shave or something like that? But I'm confident. See, I'm confident in my Lord at the end of the day. I'm not confident in Louis Vuitton. I'm not confident in your Gucci glasses. I'm not confident in you know what I'm saying in your Gucci shoes. That don't make me confident. What that do to a person that wear that stuff? Being honest with you, see a real woman. No, you don't have no dialect with inside yourself. You talk about things that you know what I'm saying. That's of the materialistic world that could captivate her. That's what captivates her. The Louis Vuitton, the bags and all that. But far as you as a person, where do you captivate her? As you as a person, you got to think about this. You got to think about this. A lot of y'all say, "Oh, I don't pay for nothing." Yeah, we all pay. We all pay. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. You know what I'm saying? But if you base your whole your relationship on being a trick, you can't get mad at her when she don't want to deal with you no more because you ain't a trick. A trick is a trick. I don't want to hear, oh, if you got it, you can flaunt it. No, Conrad, a trick is a trick. So you tricks, y'all need to understand, they want treats. So if you ain't got no treat, you can't trick. All right. And after these things, while Tamar was a widow, she heard, she heard after 2 years that I was going up to shear my sheep, and adorned herself in a bridal area, and sat in the city of Inman by a gate, for it was the law of the Emirates that she was about to marry should sit in fornication 7 days by the gate. Therefore, being drunk with wine, I did not recognize her, and her beauty deceived me through the fashion of her adorning. And I turned aside to her and said, Let me go into you. You heard what he said. You heard what he said. This is Judah. I want y'all to listen. This is Judah. And he's talking about the same wife that he tried to give to his sons. So she went to this certain spot in the city and she sat in this window. And they had this custom before a woman get married. You get what I'm saying? She sit in the pit of fornication for 7 days. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the custom. When I do, believe me, I'm gonna share it with you. You know what I mean? So, and I did not recognize her. And being drunk with wine, I did not recognize her, and her beauty deceived me through the fashion of her adorning. And I turned aside to her and said, Let me go into you. And she said, What will you give me? And I gave her my staff and my girdle, and the stare of my kingdom of pledge. So I gave her a piece of my kingdom. And I went in to her, and she conceived, brothers and sisters. She conceived. And not knowing what I have done, I wished to slay her. But she privately sent my pledge and put me to shame. So she gave him his pledge back. And when I called her, and I also heard the secret words which I spoke when laying with her in my drunkenness, and I could not slay her because it was from the Lord. For I said, least perhaps she did it in whoa, she did it in sublimity, having received the pledge from another woman. But I did not come near her again while I lived, because I had done this abomination in all Israel. Moreover, they who were in the city said there was no harlot in the gate, because she came from another place and sat for a while in the gate. And I thought that no one knew that I had gone into her. And after this, we came into Egypt to Joseph because of the famine. And I was 46 years old, and I lived in Egypt 73 years. And now I command you, my children, listen to your father Judah, and keep my saying to perform all the ordinance of the Lord, and to obey the commands of the Lord, of God, and do not walk after your lusts, nor in the imaginations of your thoughts, in haughtiness of your heart, and do not glory in the deeds of straight of your youth, for this also is evil in the eyes of the Lord. Since I also glory that in the wars no beautiful woman's face ever enticed me, and reprove my brother Reuben concerning Bela, the wife of my father. The spirits of jealousy and of fornication arrived themselves against me until I lay with Bathsheba the Canaanite, and Tamar was imposed to my son. For I said to my father in law, I will take counsel with my father, and so I will take your daughter. And he was unwilling, but he showed me a boldness store of gold in his daughter's behalf, for he was a king, and he adorned her with gold and pearls, and caused her to pour out wine for us at the feast with beauty of a woman. And the wine turned my eyes aside, and pleasure blinded my heart. And I became mourned and enormed, and I laid with her, and transgressed and committed the commandment of the Lord and the commandment of my father. I took her to my wife, and the Lord rewarded me according to the imagination of my heart, insomuch I had no joy in her children. Think about it. Listen to this. Listen to this. He said, and the Lord reward me according to the imagination of my heart, insomuch I had no joy in her children. So his corruptibility of his heart, when he was drunk and married this Canaanite, you get me? He had no joy in the children that he brought forth with her. See, children is a joy, straight up. I was just telling one of my children's mamas the other day. I don't deal with disrespect. You disrespect me one time, it's over. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Straight up, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. You disrespect me one time, it's over. It ain't none of that. You can just feel how you want to feel and think you can talk to me. Nah, nah. Peace and blessings be to you, and may the Most High show you that me myself, I don't stand on that principle. Straight up. If my father was alive, he'd tell you, ain't a time in my life my son disrespect me. I go see my mama every week, and she'd tell you, ain't a time my son disrespect me. And I grew up in foster homes. So with that being said, if you don't honor your mother and your father with all your heart, hell yeah, you deserve, motherfucker, what you get. Hell yeah, you deserve that. Everything you get. I'm a soldier for the Most High. I have no hose bar and I have no filter on when you deprive your mama and your daddy straight up of they righteous due. And that's respect. That's respect at the end of the day. So if you can't respect your mama and daddy and you had children and you think your children supposed to respect you, hell no. That's why I say I don't deal with my children that disrespect me. You disrespect me, you dead to me. Straight up. That's where I'm at today. All praise be to the Most High because I read this. I read this. So man ain't gonna waver me on my thoughts of what the Most High put on me. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, brothers and sisters, at the end of the day, it's either how can I say? I'm gonna be looking for man for man. I'm gonna be looking for man to give me the okay. I'm gonna be looking for man to give me the okay. How can I look for man to give me the okay? Straight up. And man can't do nothing for me. I'm gonna look for the most high to give me the okay. Straight up. I'm gonna look for the most high to give me the okay. Period. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. I'm gonna look for the most high to give me what I'm looking for at the end of the day. No person on earth can give you the greatest peace that anybody and everybody is seeking but the Most High. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, when a child is born, the parents look at that child and ask themselves, is this going to be a blessing or a curse at the end of the day? This is what the parents ask. When a child is born, is my child going to be a blessing or a curse to me? Because we living in a society today where children ultimately disrespect the parents. See, I was telling one of my comrades, a lot of us we grew up in a time where we knew the vets. I'm Vietnam vets. You know what I'm saying? Them old OGs. You know what I'm saying? We remember growing up in a community, we used to throw rocks at them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they'd chase you down. And I was telling one of my comrades, you know what I'm saying? I said, I'm thankful that a lot of them OGs ain't here today because we'll have a lot of children that's under the dirt. Because if y'all know like I know, them dudes back in the day, they didn't play none of that, man. Them old deacons and all that, they didn't play none of that, man. Your son wasn't going to be able to walk up in no church with no purse on. One of them deacons would have snatched his ass up. Straight up. They waited till all the real ones was dead and gone, homie, because they already knowing our mamas and all them, the generation today right now is weak and they compromise. See, our great grandmamas and grandmamas, they didn't compromise with the word of the Lord. Hell no, ain't no man walking up in no church with no purse on, and you little girls, y'all ain't walking up in here thinking you no motherfucking man neither. We gonna snatch you up in here. This is the Lord's house. Go in there now. You got Sodom and Gomorrah all up in that motherfucker, and you bet not say nothing about it. But y'all sit there and say that Jesus, this same Jesus y'all represent, is righteous. How? How? And you got Sodom and Gomorrah going on in the house. Oh, I know why. Sorry about that, brother and sisters. I had to cool myself off. I was getting kind of hot just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because these brothers and sisters is gone. Now I understand what they were saying. Like, y'all, you in the time where I'm gonna be gone straight up. When I was going to Songs of the Cross. Our pastor was Pastor Welch. Our church was on Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And I can remember when I was young, and he said we used to always tell him, I won't be here when that time comes. But some of you youngsters will. He used to tell us this. I won't be here when you gonna see a man walk through this door who say he a woman. When you gonna see a woman walk through this door who say she a man. See, I grew up with those type of teachings. I grew up with that type of preacher. Straight up. Straight up. Pastor Welch didn't play none of that. And our mamas and them knew that too. See, if we acted up in church, Pastor Welch will tell you to go back there to that office and he gonna tap that ass. See, I don't know what kind of churches y'all come up with, but the church I come up with, man, you better not act up. The whole church gonna discipline you, bruh. Straight up. Now you go to church and be looking at you like, ooh, look at her child. Look, why you acting like that? Huh? Because I'm gonna tell you why. Satan is sitting in that motherfucker. Straight up. He's sitting in the front pew. So next time you go into the house of synagogue, the house of Satan, and you wonder why you ain't feeling nothing. Why I ain't feeling nothing? Why? Like, oh, you do feel something. You feel when they get up there and dance and do all that shouting and all that old shit to get your emotions up, but you ain't learned nothing. You still gonna get out of that place and you're gonna still be the same ignorant fool at the end of the day. At the end of the day. And now, my children, I say to you, do not be drunk with wine, for wine turns the mind away from the truth. Mm, I think I've missed something up here, you brothers and sisters. Let me go back this way, all right? And I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read. We got quite a few chapters and in the book of Judah. So let me stop talking so I can meet my quota and read. And I will take counsel with my father. No, I read that. I took her to be my wife, and the Lord reward me according to the imagination of my heart, inasmuch as I had no joy in her children. And now, my children, I say to you, do not be drunk with wine, for wine turns mind away from truth and inspires the passion of lust and leads the eyes into error. For the spirit of fornication has wine as a minister to give pleasure to the mind. For these two also take away the mind of a man. For if a man drinks wine of drunkenness and distributes the mind with filthy thoughts leading to fornication. And he heats the body to carnal union. And if the occasion of the lust is present, he works the sin and is not ashamed. Such is the inbred man, my children, for he who is drunk reveres no man, reserves no man. For he is drunk reserves no man. For behold, it is also made me to err, so that I was not ashamed of the multitude in the city, in that I turned aside to Tamar before the eyes of all, and I worked a great sin, and I uncovered the covering of my son's shame. After I had drunk wine, I did not receive the commandment of God, and I took a woman of Canaan to my wife. For the man who drinks wine needs much discretion, my children. In hearing the discretion of a drunken drinking wine, a man may drink so long as he preserve modesty. Listen, but if he goes beyond the limit, the spirit of deceit attacks his mind, and it makes him drunkard to talk filthy and to do transgress and to and not to be ashamed, but even to glory in his shame and to account himself honorable. You hear this? He said a man that drinks, this the spirit gonna get to you. As you keep drinking, the spirit gonna get to you, and you gonna start justifying all the shit that you know ain't right. You gonna justify it. He that commits fornication is not aware when he suffers loss, and is not ashamed when put to dishonor. For even though a man is a king and commits fornication, he is stripped of his kingship by becoming the slave of fornication, as I myself also suffered. For I gave my staff, that is the staff of my tribe, and my girdle, that is my power, and my disdain, that is the glory of my kingdom, and indeed it coveted of these things. I did not eat wine and flesh until my old age, nor did I behold any joy. And the messenger of God showed me that women bear rule over king and beggar alike forever. Mm. And the messenger of God showed me that women bear rule over king and beggar alike forever. And from the king they take away his glory, and from the violent man his might, and from the beggar even the little which is the state of his poverty. Whoa! You heard what he said. This is what a woman will do to you. Straight up. This is what a woman will do to you, comrade. It ain't me saying this. This is what he's sharing to you would have happened. Let me, like I said, I want to be quiet. Therefore, observe, my children, the right limit in wine, and therefore four evil spirits in it: lust, of hot desire, of profligacy, and a shameful gain. If you drink wine in gladness, be modest in fear of God. For it, if in your gladness the fear of God departs, then drunkenness arise and shamelessness steals in. But if you would live soberly, and do not touch wine at all, lest you sin in words of outrage, and in fighting, in slanders, in transgression, and the commandments of God. and you perish before your time. Moreover, wine reveals the mysteries of God and men, even as it also revealed the commandments of God and the mysteries of my father Jacob and the Canaanite woman Bathsheba, which God commanded me not to reveal. In wine, it causes both a war and confusion. And now I command you, my children, not to love money, nor gaze on the beauty of a woman, because for that sake of money and beauty I was led astray to Bathsheba the Canaanite. For I know that because of these things my race will fall into wickedness, for they will even mar wise men among my son, and will cause the kingdom of Judah to be diminished, which the Lord gave me because of my obedience to my father. For I never caused grief to my father Jacob for all things, whether he commanded it, I did. And Isaac, the father of my father, blessed me to be king of Israel. And Jacob, father, blessed me in the manner. And I know that the kingdom will be established from me. And now, and now, what evils, and now, what evils you will do in the last days. Beware, the children, beware, therefore, my children, of fornication, the love of money, and listen to your father Judah. For these things withdraw you from the law of God and blind the inclination of the soul and teach arrogantness and do not permit a man to have compassion of his neighbor. They rob his soul of all goodness and oppress him with toils of troubles and drive away sleep from him and devour his flesh and hinders the sacrifice of God, and he does not remember the blessings of God. He does not listen to the prophet when he speaks, and resent the words of godliness. For he is the slave of two contrary passions and cannot obey God because they have blinded his soul, and he walks in the days as in the night. He walks in the day like it is night, Conrad. I'm gonna read that again, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? You know, I started at 809, so I'm gonna try to. I know I got a little. I got like one, two. We on we on 18, and this is 26 chapters. It ain't long chapters though. You know what I'm saying? They basically like paragraphs. So I would like to read that one more time for you brothers and sisters because y'all really need to really listen. Listen and know what evils will do in the last days. The last days. Beware, therefore, my children, of fornication and the love of money. What do my people always talking about? Getting the bag. Getting the bag. But see, the Most High say you gonna go get that bag. Yes, you is. You're gonna go get it. And as you getting it, and as you trying to search for it, you're gonna be losing your connection with the Most High. So what's more important, comrades? Your connection with the Most High or your bag? At the end of the day, what's more important? Your connection with the Most High or your bag? This is what he said is gonna happen in the last days. And listen to your father Judah. For these for these things withdraw you from the law of God. Mm. Because you got to understand, homie, if you want that bread, homie, and you trying to really get that scratch, homie, I'm keeping it real with you, homie. You can't have no morals. If you really trying to get a big bag, you can't have no morals. Morals don't come with this bag. I keep telling you, in that dollar that you got, go look at it. It says, in the God we trust, that God is Lucifer. You got to get on Lucifer's level. They knew what they was talking about. See, this is why they took this. This is why they took this out the Bible. Straight up. This is why the Council of Nicaea said this don't need to be in the Bible. Because if this was in your Bible, this would have woke your black ass up. Straight up. As soon as you heard it. Whoa, he talking about me. They talking about us. Oh man. Yeah, man. I love my people, man. But I don't love your ignorance. I'm keeping it real. I love my people, but I do not love your ignorance. I don't. I don't. I don't. Your slave master taught you to be ignorant and you pride yourself on being ignorant. That's crazy. For these things withdraw you from the law of God and blind the inclination of the soul and teach arrogantness and do not permit a man to have compassion of his neighbor. So they say a man that search a bag, getting the bag, you an arrogant person. Mm, mm, mm. You don't have no compassion for your neighbor. Mm, mm, mm. They rob his soul of all goodness. So your soul is gone. So that's why you drink. That's why you drink to give your body a spirit. You know, alcohol is spirits. You know that, right? Spirits, liquor and spirits. They tell you that. It's spirits. Let's go. And oppress him with the toils of troubles, and drive away sleep from him, and devour his flesh, and he hinders the sacrifice of God, and he does not remember the blessing of God. He does not listen to a prophet when he speaks, and he resent the words of good godliness, for he is the slave to two contrary passions, and cannot obey God because they have blinded his soul, and he walks in the day as in night. So he walks in the day like it is night because his two passions, fornication and money. All praises be to the Most High. My children, love my children. The love of money leads to idolatry, because when led astray through money, men name as gods those who were not gods, and it causes him who has it to fall into madness. For the sake of money, I lost my children and did not have my conversion and my humiliation. And had the prayers of my father not been accepted, I should have died childless. But the God of my father have mercy on me, because I did it in ignorance, and the presence of a deceit blind me, and I sinned as a man in a flesh, being corrupted through sin. And I learned my own wickedness while thinking myself invincible. He thought he was invincible, but he found out he was wicked. This is Judah talking. He said, I thought I was invincible, but I was wicked. Now, therefore, my children, the two spirits wait on man, the spirit of truth and the spirit of deceit, in the midst of the spirit of understanding of the mind, to which it belongs to turn wherever it will. And the works of truth and the works of deceit are written on the hearts of men. And the Lord knows each one of them. You heard that? You heard that, right? The Lord knows your mind if your heart. Wait a minute. Let me read this to y'all again. Let me read this to y'all again. Let me read this to y'all again. Now, therefore, my children, two spirits wait on man, the spirit of truth and the spirit of deceit. And in the midst of the spirit of understanding of the mind, to which it belongs, to turn whatever it will. And the works of truth and the works of deceit are written on the hearts of men, and the Lord knows each one of them. And there is no time at which the works of men can be hid. For on the heart itself they have been written down before the Lord. And the Spirit of truth testify all things and access all. And the sinner is buried, and the sinner is burnt up by his own heart and cannot raise his face to the judge. Mm, mm, mm. And now, my children, I command you, love Levi, that you may abide, and do not exalt yourself against him, lest you utterly destroy be unless you be utterly destroyed. For the Lord gave the kingdom to me, and the priesthood to Levi, to him, and he set the kingdom beneath the priesthood. Think about it. He set the kingdom beneath the priesthood. So the priesthood is beyond of the kingdom. See, this is why you get them fake ass people over there that's that Roman Catholic Church, and they try to make it seem, nah. Ain't none of you motherfucking Esau's children is from the line of Levi. Let me hear you up, brothers and sisters. I'm already past my hour. You know, we go 8 to 9. We try to get our study hour in. So we're gonna finish this. I'm gonna stop talking. And as the heaven and now, my children, I command you, love Levi, that you may abide, and do not exalt yourself against him, lest you be utterly destroyed. For the Lord gave the kingdom to me, and the priesthood to him. And he set the kingdom beneath the priesthood. He gave the things of the earth to me, and the things in the heaven to him. As the heaven is higher than the earth, so is the priesthood of God higher than earthly kingdom, unless it falls away through sin from the Lord and is dominated by the earthly kingdom. For the messenger of the Lord said to me, the Lord chose him rather than you to draw near to him and to eat of his table and to offer him the first fruit of the choice things of the sons of Israel. But you will be king of Jacob. You be king of Jacob, and you will be among them as the sea. For as on the sea, both just and unjust are tossed around, some taken into captivity, while some are enriched. I'm gonna be quiet. I hope y'all caught that. I hope you caught that. And you will be among them as the sea. For as the sea, both just and unjust are tossed around, some taken into captivity, while some are enriched. So also will every race of men be in you. Some will be impoverished, be taken captive, and others will grow rich by plundering the possessions of others. For the kings will be as sea monsters. They will swallow men like fish. They will enslave the sons and daughters of free men. They will plunder houses, land, flocks, money, and with the flesh of many they will wrongly feed the ravens and the cranes, and they will advance in evil, uplifted in convention in covetousness, and there will be false prophets like tempted, and they will persecute all righteous men. And the Lord will bring on them division against one another, and there will be continual wars in Israel. For and from among men of another race, my kingdom will be brought to an end. You heard what he said. From a men of another race, my kingdom will be brought to an end. Hmm. Until the salvation of Israel will come, until the appearing of the God of righteousness, that Jacob and all the nations may rest in peace, and he will guard the might of my kingdom forever. For the Lord swore to me with an oath that he would not destroy the kingdom from my seed forever. Now I have my grief, my children, because of your lewdness and witchcraft and ideology, which you will practice against the kingdom, follow, following them that have familiar spirit. Whoa, man, brothers and sisters. Now I have much grief, my children, because of your lewdness and witchcraft and idolaters, which you will practice against the kingdom, following them that have familiar spirits, diviners, and demons of error. You will make your daughters singing girls and harlots. You will. He prophesizing, y'all. Y'all don't hear this? This is why they took this book out the Gentiles' Bible. So I don't read the Gentiles' Bible, brothers and sisters. Hell no, I don't read the Gentiles' Bible. I read the original Bible. You get me? I don't read the Gentiles' Bible. The Gentile is the number 6. So he got 66 books. I don't read that. I don't do nothing. How can the Gentile can't teach me shit? Let me finish. I got to read this again. Now I'm not gonna say nothing else because I'm almost done. I'm almost done, brothers and sisters. We got three chapters left. It ain't even long chapters. Now I have much grief, my children, because of your lewdness and witchcraft, the idolaters, which you will practice against the kingdom, following that have familiar spirits, diviners, and demons of error. You will make your daughters singing girls and harlots. You will mingle in the abomination of the nations, for which things' sake the Lord will bring on you famine and pestilence, death, and the sword, besieging by enemies, and ravaging of friends, the slaughter of children, the rape of wives, the plundering of possession, the burning of the temple of God, the laying waste of the land, the enslavement of yourselves among the nations. This is why I tell y'all in the beginning all the time I don't go to your church because the church ain't built by the Lord. And they will make some of you eunuchs for their wives. Listen to this. And they will make some of you eunuch for their wives until the Lord visits you when with perfect heart you will convert and walk in all commandments, and he brings you up from captivity among the nations. So if you didn't know, then people over there that call themselves Arabs, they was enslaved us first. And when they enslaved us, they made us eunuchs. Before your Christian church enslaved us, the Muslims slaved us. See, we are the tribe of Judah, straight up. And see, when you understand that, you'll understand our lifestyle is a spiritual lifestyle. So if your lifestyle is a spiritual lifestyle, comrades, that means somebody else's lifestyle was wicked. And after these things, a star will arise to you from Jacob in peace, and a man will arise from my seed like the Son of righteousness, walking with the sons of men in meekness and righteousness, and no sin will be found in him, and the heavens will be open to him to pour out the Spirit, even the blessing of the Holy Father. And he will pour out the Spirit of grace on you, and you will be into him sons in truth, and you will walk in his commandments first and last. We're talking about Yahshua. See, Jesus told you he didn't come to teach nobody but the 12 tribes of Israel. You let the Gentiles tell you he came and taught somebody else. He told this is prophecy. Yahshua didn't come to teach nobody but us. You let that Gentile tell you something different. And like I say, is Apostle Paul from the tribe of Levi? I don't think so. To pour out the Spirit, the blessing of the Holy Father, and he will pour out the Spirit of grace on you, and you will be to him sons of truth, and you will walk in his commandments first and last, the branch of the God Most High, in this fountain giving life to all. Then the scepter of my kingdom will shine forth, and steam will arise from your root, and and a stem will arise from your root, and a rod of righteousness will grow from it to the nations, to judge and to save all that call on the Lord. And after these things, Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob will arise to life, and my brothers and I will be chiefs of the tribe of Israel. Levi first, I the second, Joseph third, Benjamin fourth, Simeon fifth, Issachar sixth, and so all in order. And the Lord blessed Levi and the messengers of the presence, me, the power of the glory, Simeon, the heaven, Reuben, the earth, Issachar, the sea, Zebulun, the mountain, Joseph, the dwelling place, Benjamin, the Lamanites, Dan, Eden, Neph- Neptil, the sun, Gad, the moon, Ashar, and you will be the people of the Lord, and have one tongue, and there will be no spirit of deceit of Balaam. Therefore, he will be cast into the fire forever, and they will have died in grief, will arise in joy, and they who were poor for the Lord's sake will be made rich, and they who were put to death for the Lord's sake will awake to life, and the deer of Jacob will run in joyfulness, and the eagles of Israel will fly in gladness, and all the people will glorify the Lord forever. Therefore, observe, my children, all the law of the Lord, and therefore is hope for all of them who hold fast to his ways. And he said to them, behold, I died before your eyes this day, 119 years old. Let no one bury me in costly apparel, nor tear open my bowels, for this is the way of the kings do, and carry me up to Hebron with you in Judah. And when he said these things, fell asleep, and his sons did according to everything he commanded them, and they buried him in Hebron with his fathers. All praises be to the Most High, Lord of all the worlds. Yes, sir, brothers and sisters. In the reading of the patriarchs, Simeon, Levi, and Jacob, rightfully so, have more words. You get me? So I apologize for going over our hour, but Levi and Jacob and Judah, excuse me, Levi and Judah have more words. You know what I'm saying? They have more to say than everybody else. So when God in the Most High's will, we'll get to Issachar tomorrow. Issachar, he only got 7 chapters. You get what I'm saying? So it won't be too much of a longer reading. Um, that's beautiful, ain't it? Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. I learned 2 things, man. You cannot hide from truth. Straight up, brother. You can't hide from truth. You see, right here, brother, he told us about Yahshua, Jesus. But he ain't never told us that Yahshua was going to die on no cross. He ain't ever told us that he's going to come and save us from our sins. Nah, he ain't tell us none of that because that's all a lie. That's all a lie. I'm going to be honest with y'all. See, they put it up in here because you have to remember Ethiopia, you know what I'm saying? They put it up in there that Yahshua died for you. They did. They did do that. They do that. But then when I read more about Ethiopia and see that uh your white, your Gentile churches, you know, they wouldn't give them no aid, comrade. They wouldn't give them no substance, no money if they didn't alter their Bible. Yeah, yeah, that part right there. Peace and blessings. May the Most High guide you, strengthen you, and keep you at peace.